Ismail from Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Sheikh, my question is, if, for example, if someone reads a prayer or he does any act of worship for the sake of Allah, but he does not, for example, have, for example, the love or the hope of Allah. For example, he forgets. You know, like after act of worship, like, oh, I did not have the love or hope of Allah while doing the act of worship, or hope in Jannah. So what should he do? Should he repeat the act of worship again?
No. These are whispers of shaitan. Akhi, nobody can be 100% attentive and focused. This is impossible, and only angels can have this. In the hadith in Sahih al-Imam Muslim, when Hanzala al-Usdi, may Allah be pleased with him, met Abu Bakr, and he's different than Hanzala Ghasil al-Malaika ibn Amr. He said, how are you, Hanzala? And he said, I have committed hypocrisy. He said, A'udhu billah. Why? He says, when we're with the Prophet ﷺ, and we're listening to him, we're looking at him, we are in a very high level of iman. But the moment we go back to our farms and our wives and children, and we mix with the business, we don't recognize our own hearts. We feel different. Abu Bakr said, whoa, I have the same feeling. Houston, we have a problem. Let's go to the Prophet ﷺ. So they all go to the Prophet ﷺ, and Hanzala repeats his dilemma. And the Prophet says to him, Hanzala, by Allah, if you were in your farm, in your business, with your wives and children, like you are with me when you're mixing with me and listening to my preaching, in that case, your level of iman would qualify you to see the angels descending in broad daylight and shaking hands with you, because your iman would have been complete, and this is not possible. However, an hour here and an hour there, meaning you can't maintain the same level of supremacy in your iman. But nevertheless, an hour dedicated to Allah, to His worship, and an hour dedicated to what you are inevitably in need for. That is to work, to gain money, to mix with the wife and the children, to have quality time with them. So this is what is needed, and once you maintain this balance, then you're in good hands. That's why when we pray, sometimes we're not that mindful of, okay, I'm doing this because I fear Allah and I feel His wrath, and I'm doing this because I want Allah's pleasure and I want Allah's Jannah. Sometimes it doesn't work like this. I'm not that mindful. So there's no problem in that, because iman fluctuates, goes up and goes down, and Allah knows best.